I'm the bad
So
guy.
you still think
Duh.
they're not building a police state? Do you still truly believe that the government has your back? You've seen the flock cameras go up. They're connecting those with the location tracking information inside your smartphone. They're building drone technology to surveil the United States citizens. And it's all for one purpose: to make sure you obey the laws that they make and create. You must be in compliance.
How many people have seen a police program that's being used called Palantir? It is in your police officer's car on your police officer's computer. So while you've got the person pulled over, you can start to drill down on this person. It's not just like a DMV photo and an NCIC anymore. You can see all their bank accounts, the balance in their bank accounts, the last times they declared cash somewhere. You can see every time they hit a flock camera anywhere in the country. Flock is a giant national traffic monitoring system that is basically everywhere now. And they're taking photographs at every intersection all day. And it's using AI to like read license plates and put identities of people places. And it's just keeping all that data, like all of it. That's what they've got in their car right now. And we're not getting that in discovery. We're not able to confront it. And we're not able to use it as Brady evidence. We've got Fourth Amendment issues galore, obviously. I didn't realize how prevalent it was. There has never been a surveillance program in the history of the United States that was not used brutally and in a corrupt fashion.
You remember the old saying, "Don't piss on my head and tell me it's raining"? Well, they say, don't you like piss, boy? You take the piss, don't you? Don't you believe in the piss? Absolutely crazy. And then they put it in a bottle and give it to you to drink. Because that's how stupid you are to believe in these people. They feed it to you. They stuff it down your throat. But what do I know, right?
So if I give you a glass of water and then I piss in it and then I add sugar, it doesn't remove the piss. These are both independent things. This is what tends to happen. This is what we don't understand about trauma. Removing the piss requires removing the piss. No amount of sugar will take it out of the drink. Okay? Mistake number one, no amount of building something good will remove something bad. If I break a leg, no amount of bench press will heal my leg. Like, I can build as much as I want to, I can fix my hair, I can brush my teeth, but the leg is broken, the leg is broken. Same is true of the mind. So if I give you a...
Are you still with me? You still here? Yeah, you're here. So go ahead and pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Make sure you do more overtime. We need that proposal. We need that work done. That shipment has to get to where it needs to get to. Forget those vacations, spending time with your family, kids' games. And after you finish work, make sure you do some more work. Don't you love the system that we set up? So we can keep you going and moving in this hamster wheel. You do know who made the 40-hour work week, right? It was Ford. They got you moving like this is what you must do. Like this is your life's purpose. And if you don't do this, you are a failure. Some fake corporation leader that'll make you think this big house in this fake community is what you need and where you belong, and everybody else is beneath. While they're on their private islands, not even thinking about you. Remember, somebody has to clean the toilets. Somebody has to do the dirty work, the grunt work. They can't mess up their pretty hands. Delicate manicures. And they decided that person that was gonna do it is going to be you. And they know you're not going to fight back. You're not gonna stand up and say something because you're too comfortable. You're comfortable in your ignorance. So when they slowly spread your cheeks and show you what it is to be in the last scene of a Pulp Fiction, I hope you understand you chose this.
We are living in a villain's world, and they designed it perfectly. We eat the food they give us, vote for one of two people that they tell us to, and watch the movies that they show. They take our attention as soon as we reach age 5, and they never give it back. We go to school for 8 hours a day learning what they want us to. They scold us until we obey, and then they praise us when we do. They make us form a habit of waking up and spending our entire day in a building that we wouldn't choose, so that when we get older, we are willing to do the same. Following orders becomes comfortable when we spend our childhood doing what we're told. So when we're older, we hesitate to stray outside the norm. They tell us that we should do anything we can to attend a university, because if we don't, we will fail. They manipulate us into financial dependency at a young age so that we stay liable to the system. They've given us a currency that only has value because they say it does, and we receive it by working at a business that they own. Their millions become billions while the rest of us are forced to sacrifice our time for a minuscule fraction of what our work gains for them.
Most of you are not criminals and don't really care how the justice system works until you're locked up inside of it and you're trying to figure out why this feels so unfair. All the lies that has been presented to us are now being revealed to us. Are you gonna be asleep? Or are you gonna wake up and stop drinking the piss? I know you don't believe me. Here's a lawyer.
The average fingerprint has, 250 to maybe 300 possible points of identification, right? I just said, Mr. Fingerprint Guy from Quantico, would you mind showing us all the places these two prints are different? I can't do that. Are you saying you can't do that or you won't do that? Well, it's kind of the same. And I'm going, well, it's not really the same. Let's talk about why you can't. The reason you can't do it is under your science, you don't look for differences, do you? And the reason you don't look for differences is because if you find a difference between the one from the crime scene and the one from the defendant that you can't explain, then it can't be his fingerprint. I mean, how can it only be the same in 6 out of 300 and be the same? Why wouldn't it be the same in 300 out of 300? How many places is it the same? And this is what he said. Show me all the places that's different. Really? You gonna send a man to prison based upon that? Not guilty, really quick.
Keep thinking that your vote matters. Keep thinking what you do matters to them. They'll put you in jail for nothing. All they gotta do is make up a law. I know you hate criminals because you're not a criminal. But they made the laws up so people can be criminals. Now there's obvious crimes and they're the one that they call crimes that they made up. They're all out there to put people away. To try to stop the loopholes from people getting past the justice system. But the corporations have so many loopholes and they're not stopping them. Your vote matters. That's the lie they tell to you. So they can control you. And if you talk too much, this is what's going to happen. They're gonna lock you away by just making up any laws they want. Politicians already take monies from corporations. They're already in their pockets just to make sure you stay in compliance. They themselves barely follow the rules. How many politicians you know have been in trouble with the law, but they show their privilege card and they're able to get away with almost anything, including murder. That's the difference between them and us. They don't follow the same rules that they create, but they expect us to follow them.
I'm not political, all right? I don't believe in Republican or Democrat because it's not in the Constitution, it's not in our Declaration of Independence. It's just American, one nation under God. Whatever they do as one. The trick is to give us the illusion that there is a choice, that there is a separation, to keep us fighting over these things. These things right here. Keep us not talking about the fact that we're working harder. 5 generations now. We're working harder than our great-great-great-grandparents and our grandparents did, who had no education, who sent their first generations to college. We were on our way somewhere, and then something happened in the 50s. One of the big things I think that happened is they took the Bible out of school. People don't know, a lot of you young people don't even know the Bible was curriculum. And I'm not religious once again, but the Bible gives us a strong moral code to live by. We were family. We were community. We knew our neighbors. Our children played outside, met new friends. Those new friends wanted to spend the night, and they had to ask their parents, and their parents became friends. Today, mom's in the park on fentanyl, and we think they give us this propaganda about it comes from China, it comes from here. They didn't want this stuff in this country, it wouldn't be here. This is a weapon against us. There is an attack on all of us, red, blue, conservative, liberal, it doesn't matter. The American is under attack. Our dollar is buying a lot less, we're working a lot harder for it. We're losing our constitutional rights, whether you realize it or not, a lot through the technology that we're using.
Now, I'm not going to break down all the technical terms for you, but this is pretty much a surveillance system set up by GPS, made so simple a baby can use it. They talk a lot of software jerking and all this other stuff. That's not get to the straight point of the simple fact that this is just a high-powered GPS tracking camera for the police force.
All of this is then going to feed into the visual navigation algorithm, which will be running the positioning when you don't have GPS. The first component is the telemetry coming off the drone. This is stuff like the compass information, the accelerometers, the barometer that gives you the altitude of the drone. All this stuff the drone produces naturally as it flies. The second component is what's known as optical flow or visual odometry. So this is a technique where you watch the motion of the video feed coming off the camera. So frame, 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 moving left to right. You can see if the video is moving left to right, the drone is also moving left to right. By applying some mathematical transforms to that data, you can extract the speed, the velocity of the drone and use that to calculate the drone's position over time. By combining these two things together, you can say, okay, I knew the drone was here. 10 seconds later, it's going to be over here. For short navigation, that might be all you need. And indeed, this is where a lot of other companies doing visual sorts of navigation work stop there. It works over short distances, but as you go over time, little inaccuracies build up, and where you were within 2 meters to start, now you're within 20 meters, now you're 100 meters, now you're completely lost. So you need something else to fix this. That's where the third component comes in. This is what we call our reference matching technology. So the basic idea is simple. You take images coming off the drone and you match them up with pre-rendered satellite imagery that you've collected. And by using computer vision, you can determine where those images align, and from that extract where the position of the drone must be. Easy to say, hard to do in practice, and this is where the special magic of the component comes in, because this is able to, over time, correct whatever drift you build up in the drone position from those other components. So you can fly miles and miles, and since you're always checking your position against the map, you don't get off course, you don't drift, you stay locked on target. So all these three data sources then come into what's known as a Kalman filter, which is a mathematical construct for combining different sorts of sensor data and giving you the best result out. This will then tell us where we think the drone is, and from there we can send messages to the drone controller to say this is where you are, and the drone controller then gets to decide how to control the drone to navigate the pre-programmed mission.
So in this specific scenario, the target is right outside of a known GPS jamming site. So the nice thing about having this software on board is we're able to fly directly through that zone. Even though we're getting our GPS jammed and compromised, we're able to fly through it because we're going to switch on our GPS visual navigation software and actually use that as an alternate GPS source and not rely on this other source that's going to be unreliable because of the jamming going on. The green areas are showing known GPS jamming sites. These are obviously what we're very focused on today. The orange areas are showing known area defense zones. So this is going to be where there's surface-to-air missile sites. There's other sorts of air defense systems that are planted there. And then there's some other intelligence data that we have layered on here. What we're showing now is actually this drone and proposed flights through this battle space and through this area. It's proposing us these different flight options, and we can kind of look through this and see what we think is best. Now we're showing some wind forecasts and we're showing some weather data coming into this that we can also incorporate into this model and into our analysis here. Once we're comfortable with this and we're actually good with this flight path through this area, what we can do is, and you'll start to see, is we can package this up and then actually like push it out onto the drone.
All right, we are now watching the onboard recording of the drone as it flies through the mission. So what you're seeing in the top left is the video feed coming directly from the drone. This is the feed we're using for visual navigation. That's being matched against the top right, which is our satellite data that we've loaded on the drone in advance. You can see all these green lines showing where the algorithm has identified tie points between these two sets of imagery. As it progresses, you're going to see the match is strong right now. There'll be phases where it gets a little weaker, goes yellow, we lose it entirely, goes red. And through all of this, the algorithm is going to use the different data sources available to it. So telemetry, optical flow, reference match to keep the drone on track as one or the other source becomes unreliable. A lot of consumer hardware is designed around the assumption of GPS, which gives a certain signal quality. When you're doing a live visual navigation flight profile, it needs to control a little bit differently, so you end up with a bit more wobble in the flight path, but it's still locked on target. It's still making its way to the destination. You can see we've turned the corner. We're flying over a natural environment once again with a mix of trails, but we're about to leave this natural environment and hit a man-made parking lot style environment. We've now finished our mission here. You can see down at the bottom we have the profile of how strong our reference lock was from time to time. We're now descending, and in just a moment we're going to switch back to manual control to land the drone safely.
Excuse me, I'm out of gas and left my wallet at home. Would you lend me $20? I'll mail it back to you, I promise.
I'm sorry, but that is an obvious scam. Go find another sucker.
Is this it? From now on, I live in a world where nobody trusts anybody? No, not me. Here's $20 and my address. I trust that you'll mail me the money. I knew it!
Maybe you're right, baby. There still are some good people out there.
In your face, god of scams!
Well, I'm on another $20, but I gave them something to believe in. Suckers.